Hi loves, it's Elle and welcome back to my channel, and thank you so much for being here with me today. Today we're going to do some really fun, easy, barely there makeup. So before we get started, hit the subscribe button, share this video with somebody you think might like it, and let's do it. So I wanted to do a different approach on makeup today. I wanted to do just that barely there, clean. I wouldn't necessarily call it no makeup makeup because it definitely is makeup, but it's gonna make you feel very polished, put together, and have radiant, beautiful skin. So let's get started with some primer. Now, I normally don't do primer every single day, but I do love this Bobbi Brown primer, Radiance Plus, is that what it's called? It's like pink, it's super cool. If you guys have seen me use it on my channel before, it's been a little bit. So I'm just gonna take it on a dry beauty blender, and I'm just gonna actually use this on the perimeter of my face. And the reason being is because it is summer and it's, hot for most people. If you're in Australia, you can use this too because it's winter and I'm sure you need a little extra, glow to your skin. But I will do this, if you guys have watched my multi-primer video, I will do this a lot, which is I'll use two different primers. Today I'm going to use one, but I'm using it strategically. So I'm just using it on the perimeter of my face. But again, like I said, since it is summer here, I have not been wearing a super heavy moisturizer during the day. I've been keeping it pretty lightweight. It just, for me, feels better under makeup, and the makeup wears a lot better. So use a lightweight moisturizer first, and if you are oily, pick your favorite gel one. I do love the Red Perfect Canvas. I've been using this actually more recently than I have in a long time. Oh my god, by the way, I got these cute hair clips. I'll try to find them and link below. They're actually a bobby pin that I found at Target. Love Target. Oh my god, love Target. All right, so we're gonna start with beautiful, fresh skin. And I have not used this product in a little while. It is the CCC cream from Klee. And I'm going to be using it in, I think, medium light. I have a self tanner on, and I think this will be good. Now I'm gonna try a different technique because I'm trying to change techniques up here, guys. You can feel free to use a brush if that's your jam. It comes out white, but I am going to spread this all over my skin, and this is a self-adjusting tinted SPF, or I like to call a BB cream, CC cream, one of those. And I like to do the first layer with a dry beauty blender. This does have SPF 45 in it, but I do not rely on this as my sunscreen. I already have sunscreen on. I let that sunscreen sit for a little while and do its thing, and then I go in with makeup. And that's definitely something to remember if you are using a BB cream or a CC cream. In my opinion, you can't put on enough to allow that to be your SPF. And I'm going to take this all over the eyes, just like that, because this one does not bother my eyes. Okay, now I'm going to build up a BB cream or CC cream. Again, you can use a brush, but I am going to use it on with my hands. And for me, this is a great way to build up coverage. I like a little extra coverage down here, around my nose. And this CC cream, by the way, has been one of my favorites for many years. It is fantastic. If you guys not have tried any of the Klee products, really beautiful women-owned company, cruelty-free brand, and this CC cream rocks it out of the park. And I wore it the other day, and I was like, oh my gosh, I forgot about this guy. I'm actually applying it a little bit more than I said I was going to. But the coverage on this can actually be, in my opinion, it's a really great dupe for the CC cream from IT. So if you'd like something different, this is a great option for you. All right, so there we go. So see how the skin has a beautiful radiance to it. If you are oily, you can still feel good about using this as your tinted moisturizer. Just make sure you're prepping the skin appropriately. So maybe use a pore filling primer or a mattifying primer would be the best. Now, when I do a look like this, I like to use a super lightweight concealer. This is the Charlotte Tilbury one, and I'm just gonna use just a little bit, just like that. And then we will tap that in with my finger or just this dry beauty blender. And when I do barely there makeup, I like to make sure that it is the thinnest layers possible and not a ton of, you know, concealer and things like that. Okay. So there we go. That is the skin. I probably should have used the little bit darker one, but we can use a little bit of bronzer too. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go in with the eyes. We're going to use the Eyes to Mesmerize by Charlotte Tilbury, and this one is in Marie Antoinette. It's one of my favorites. It has a little bit of glow to it. It's kind of this like, I don't know, champagne goldy color, but it's also kind of cool toned. I'm actually going to use just a little bit on a flat Sigma concealer brush, and I don't want very much, so I'm just going to tap this around. This is what I do a lot, is I'll push it into the eyes and then I will use my finger. It's such a beautiful color, and these really stay on, like if you're sweating. These are beautiful. And you don't want to, for this look, you don't want to pile it on. And her, you know, her cream shadows really have a great pigment payoff. So just start with small layers and use your finger to kind of press them in. You want a little bit of glow on the eyes, but not like a ton of pigment. And I usually will stop there, but if you guys want a little bit of definition, I'm going to use just a Charlotte Tilbury palette. This is in the Sophisticate on an angled short brush. This is by Zoeva, and it's a brow line, it says, so it's for your brows, but you know me, I use it for everything else. I'm going to go into the dark, deep brown shade here, and I'm just going to add a little bit along the lash line. And you can use your finger if you want to. You've seen me do this a million times. I'm just going to use a little bit on the outside corner, and what this is going to do is it's going to give some definition around the lash line and elongate the eye. And it's going to be more of a shadow rather than, you know, actual pigmentation. Yeah, so really pretty. And if you wanted to, you can go ahead and bring it down underneath the eyes. I'm not going to, but feel free to do that if you need a little bit of extra definition underneath the eyes. So now before we go on, I'm going to set the face, and I'm going to use the RMS Beauty Loose Powder as well as the Hourglass in Diffused Light. I am going to take a little brush, and I'm going to go under my eyes first. You can use your dry beauty blender or your damp beauty blender for this if you'd like. Get your beauty blender a little bit damp. And the RMS powder is matte, so you can just set where you need to. So for me, it's just going to be here. I'm not going to actually set the whole face. I just want to take a little bit of shine away from the center of the face. Such a pretty powder. All right, so easy. Look at that, we're almost done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to curl my lashes. My favorite eyelash curler is from Tarte. I don't even know if they sell this separately anymore, but you know what? This is like by far my favorite eyelash curler besides, oh my God, the Surratt Beauty one. That one's great too, but this one's a little bit more price friendly. Now we're gonna go in with the new Perversion waterproof mascara from Urban Decay. It's really, really good. And again, waterproof, I don't use a ton, but I am gonna be out in the heat today, so I can't have my mascara running all over the place. And I will do my bottom lash in a second. If you would like to, you do not have to do a highlighter step because automatically this foundation gives you that natural kind of glow. If you want to, you can. I'm using Whisk by ColourPop. It's such a great, great highlighter. And I'm just going to tap it a little bit here. Just a touch. You don't have, again, optional, you guys, optional. If you're oily, I wouldn't necessarily recommend this. I'd recommend maybe like a matte highlighter because in the summer you're already going to be nice and, you know, luminous. Just cause it's fun. Right over those lips. Fun. This is such a beautiful highlighter, and I don't even know if I would ever finish this. It's just such a little bit, goes such a long way. All right, cream blush time. We're gonna go in with the Westman Atelier cream blush in Petal. I've been really gravitating towards this, you guys, lately. I'm gonna use it on a Zoeva brush. This is the Face Shaper brush, and I'm just gonna go like this. And the reason why I'm using this is because A, I love the color. Color is so beautiful. It has skincare ingredients in it, as well as it is more on the matte side. It doesn't have light reflecting properties to it. So it's just gonna give you a nice glow, but not an overall, like, has light reflecting properties in it, so you're not gonna look kind of wet. And it just goes on like a dream. You can use your fingers. You can use a damp beauty blender, whatever you want. I'm just preferring to show you a little bit of different techniques. I've noticed that I've been using the same techniques in most of my videos, and it's just because what I'm comfortable with. But let's show y'all some different techniques. Look how pretty that is. I mean, come on. You could even use this on your eyes. You could use this on your lips, whatever you want. Gucci Westman has made a beautiful product. This one and the foundation. I did a Foundation Friday on it. Also would be great for this look is the Dr. Perricone blush, highlighter, and foundation. That would be a perfect option for this kind of look. And if you notice, see how this is kind of just a little bit shiny right here? Don't worry about that. Just take a little bit of that extra powder. Like for me, I'm gonna just take a little bit of powder on that dry beauty blender, just a tiny bit, and just tap this in because I don't want this to get too out of control. Now for my brows, honestly, I'm just gonna use something that I know that won't smudge. I'm using the Hourglass pencils. I don't have their new one yet. I still need to do my Sephora order. But when you're doing a look like this, you want to start on the tail, like up here, and just start to shape this ever so slightly. I want my eyebrows microbladed so bad, but I just don't know about having something semi-permanent. And then we're just going to, you know, make these a little bit longer for my face shape. And that's basically it. You can use a brow gel if you want, which I didn't bring it down from my bedroom, so I'm not going to use one. I normally would. And what that does is just makes them look more natural and more fluffy. You don't want to go overboard with your brows with this look. That's why I like to start at the tail. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a brow setter after I put my lashes on, the bottom lash mascara. Oh, look at that. Oh, God, every time, oh. Every time. Okay. If that happens, no big deal. Just take your booty blender. And I like to stand them up in the front here. You don't have to. I just think it looks fun. Okay. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you guys think I need bronzer? I don't know. I guess I don't think I do. I brought the De Bronzy from Drunk over here. Maybe just a touch more blush on top here. You know I'm blush obsessed. And this blush does dry down, guys, so you don't have to worry about it staying like tacky and stuff. Maybe just a touch around the forehead. I have such a big forehead. Do you see? You can use blush on the forehead. No big deal. Okay. There are no rules. You know, I am gonna do it. I just can't not do it. So taking the same brush with the blush, De Bronzy from Drunk, I'm gonna rub this around and I'm gonna get the lightest wash possible. The lightest wash possible. There we go. Just as a shadow, not as anything else. There we go. I feel like it was looking a little, yeah, not cute. Okay, perfect. Yeah. So to finish off this look, we are going to be using, I'm going to see if this is still in stock. If not, I'll find a dupe for it. This is by TATCHA, and this is in Twilight. It is one of my favorite go-to barely there lipsticks that actually stays on for several hours. It's like skincare and lipstick in one. And they have a bunch of different colors. The red one's gorgeous. They have a coral one. But usually I like to give a little bit of color to the lips. Coral would have looked pretty with this too. All right, so there we are. That is our Barely There makeup. Honestly, so simple, very fresh. The skin looks like skin. You can still see a few imperfections. It does not bother me. It looks healthy. I just love this look. This is one of my favorite ways to go to, especially like out with the family or to press events or where you just kind of want to look fresh and natural. It's very summery. And again, it's very quick. So thank you all so much for being here, and I'll see you on the next one. Lots of love from me to you.